right, wrestling fans, welcome to another edition of your WrestleGeddon podcast. Oh, man, what a week. We have Summerslam last Saturday. We'll get into that with the return of the Tribal Chief, the true Tribal Chief. Lots of good stuff there. I know Carl's disappointed in some of the match results, or at least one of them in general. But we'll get into that a little later. Carl, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just chilling out here in Indiana.
Good times. Live via satellite.
Yeah.
Doing anything fun out there?
Learning HVAC.
That sounds like a blast.
I'm going to a preseason game this weekend.
Nice.
Colts versus Denver. I'm going to be cheering on Denver because I hate the Colts, but I thought it'd be cool to go to Lucas Oil Stadium to see what it looks like on the inside and stuff.
Well, that's pretty cool. Even I would take advantage of that. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of like most sports, watching them like on TV, but if you give me an opportunity to go to see something live, I'll go.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's more fun to go live.
Well, I'm a huge football fan, so I'll go to any game like if I had the opportunity to go.
Yeah.
I can't go for the home team here because there are arch rivals in our division, so it doesn't make sense for me to do.
Not at all. And again, I forgot to switch my Wi-Fi over to the right Wi-Fi connection before we started.
Okay, so you froze there for a second.
Yeah, to make sure I flipped it over so I didn't have any issues later.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it might have been me because the Wi-Fi at this hotel is not the best.
And just like I forgot to plug my laptop in before we started too. So.
Damn it, Chris.
I know. I'm just dropping the ball all over the place. So it's nothing new.
We can start a podcast on how to plug up your laptop.
Yeah.
We'll have like 30 people watching each week.
How to hook up your laptop before starting your show. So. Oh, all right, good stuff. All right, let's get into the random band entrance theme.
I'm gonna have myself. Who the hell put this on? So random. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Mission successful. All right, random band this week was Donna Summer. Simmer down.
Yep. And I am going to come out to Hot Stuff.
Damn you.
That's still yours?
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, sorry. Oh, man. We're going to just be a tag team and come out as Hot Stuff.
Come out to Hot Stuff, that's fine.
I figured you'd go with Hot Stuff. Possibly because of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Yeah. He may have had that as an entrance at one point. I don't know. Can't remember that far back. As far as like entrance music goes. I can't remember what he came up with.
Not sure. What is that? Oh, that's cool. I'll have to put that into the No Holds Barred later. Gotta remember that. Okay. All right. So who we got for next week?
We got the Steve Miller Band.
We're hitting all the greatest hits here.
So you can come out dressed like Rico Man to take the money.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Have it be your theme after you win Money in the Bank. Like, take the money in.
Oh, that'd be cool. All right, so here we go. River Band, Donna Summer this week. Steve Miller Band for next week. Let's go ahead and kick it over to In Your House. The one big thing I've got for follow-up from last week, I just want to give a big shout out to our fans in Ireland for having us top the Ireland's iTunes charts at number 14 for our SummerSlam preview episode. Big thank you to all of you. I did celebrate with a pint when I saw that. Of unfortunately not like an Irish beer, but I had something. So. Well, it was a good time, so we appreciate that.
Okay.
Last I checked, we were sitting in the 50s, so which is still pretty awesome for the podcast being up for a week. So,
yeah,
shout out, thank you, Ireland, thank you to all our Irish fans.
I wouldn't do like a Irish accent, but I don't want to lose all our friends.
I'm not gonna attempt that one.
My accent's worse than that.
Yeah, I do. I don't need that. Sound like my Little Wayne impression. So. But again, thank you to all our fans out in Ireland for making our show hit number 14. That's on the wrestling charts too. That wasn't even on like TV and film or anything like that. It was on the wrestling chart. So we beat out quite a few bigger podcasts for that week. So awesome stuff. All right. As always, make sure you guys follow us on our social media pages. We'll remind you again later in the show. Make sure you leave a 5-star review. We'll review it on air. We did not, unfortunately, get any new reviews. So, yeah, this week. So maybe next week we'll get something. But anywho, let's keep the train rolling here. Carl, you got anything? Follow up from last week?
I forgot. I said something last week that I would say something for follow up, like because I fucked up something, but I can't remember what I fucked up.
Yeah, I forgot what it was too.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's all good though. Let's go ahead and hop over into the ring for the instant replay. All right, I got some news. We'll get into that here first, and we'll get into a recap of the week. Big thing, we want to send our thoughts and condolences, good vibes out to the family of Kevin Sullivan, as it was reported that he had passed away. So definitely our thoughts are with the family at this time. So rest in peace, Kevin Sullivan. Definitely a legend. I did not really follow his career too much prior to the little bit he did in WCW when I was watching, but definitely a legend in the wrestling business.
Yeah, I followed him in WCW. He was pretty big, I thought.
Yeah, I mean he was running programs with Hogan like in the early 90s, like before like the NWO stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Pretty big in like NWA and throughout the territories and stuff. But so that's what really before like I had really caught WCW, because I didn't start watching until like 95, 96-ish when Nitro kicked in, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
He was more behind the scenes during that time frame than it was on screen. And I think the biggest thing that he did when I was watching was his feud with Benoit. With I think that was around that same time frame where
he had a feud with Benoit. He had a feud with Hogan.
Yeah, I remember the Dungeon of Doom feud with Hogan. There's no Hulkamaniacs here.
Yeah.
It's not even hot.
Yeah. But yeah, he was married to Chris Benoit's ex-wife. I mean, not ex-wife. They were married when she got killed. Deceased wife. He was just married to her. And he had wrote a storyline where Chris Benoit was still in there from him, and he actually did.
Yep. Unfortunately, he wrote his own divorce.
Yeah.
But he had a great mind for the business. Very creative, and it's kind of funny though because you think that he's actually a pretty devout Christian in his life outside of wrestling, and you look at him being like the Satan worshiping character that he portrayed quite a bit in wrestling, as like the complete opposite of what he was in real life from some of the stories that I've read.
Oh, that's crazy.
So yeah, but thoughts and prayers, good vibes, everything out to the family and friends of Kevin Sullivan. Some other news this week: Steve Mongo McMichael inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame this year. So a lot of the Bears team members flew out with the bronze bust and stuff out to his home and celebrated with him. Glad he's finally getting the recognition that he for his accomplishments in the NFL. I'm not sure why it took so long, but he's literally on his deathbed, which sucks. But the plus side is he did get to live to see this actually happen in his lifetime of him being put into the Hall of Fame. Oh man, that's rough. Some other news, some good news, really unprecedented news. Joe Hendry. We all love him. We all believe in Joe Hendry. Worked out a new deal with NXT and TNA. Unprecedented deal. Monumental deal, if you will. That's allowing him to appear on both shows, train at the Performance Center, and still work indie shows.
That's pretty cool.
So that's huge props to Joe Hendry for that. That's definitely under Vince's regime, that never would have happened. So,
yeah.
But huge props to WWE and the new regime there for allowing something like that to happen and the working relationship with TNA to thrive. So huge shout out for that.
Shout out to Shawn Michaels.
Absolutely.
For saying his name. Because he appeared.
He did appear.
I don't know how Shawn Michaels could have been Ava Rain there. Is she still going by Ava Rain? Or is she changed it to something
Ava Rain. Yeah, no, she's still Ava Rain. Finlay still works for WWE too. I've been seeing a lot of TikToks with a backstage producer in Finlay making him do stuff, dancing. And it's just freaking hilarious because you see Finlay as this big badass Irish brawler, and he's doing like these funny ass TikTok videos with him dancing. It's great.
Okay.
But some more NXT news. It was announced on Monday night that NXT will venture outside the Performance Center for their debut on the CW on October 8th. They'll be in Chicago. Or October 1st, they'll be in Chicago. Sorry, that's the debut on the CW, October 1st. For some reason, I put October 8th.
Wonder if Punk will be there.
That was just announced tonight on SmackDown that Punk will be on NXT.
Oh, okay.
And October 8th in St. Louis, and Randy Orton will be in attendance on that edition of NXT as well.
I like it.
So they just announced that. So definitely bringing in some big guns there for their debut on the CW their first 2 weeks. I'm kind of glad they're going outside the Performance Center and getting some on the road here. So nothing wrong with the Performance Center. It's a nice layout, but it'd be good to actually get like a new set of fans in there than the same old people that show up at the PC every week. Like,
yeah.
Not putting them down. They bring the energy every week, but fresh faces will never hurt. Always. So. Yeah,
I think they're like the roster they got right now. I think they're set. They got enough to tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely building them up with Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page is a pretty decent name to tour with for that brand as the champion.
Yeah.
Who knows? Some TNA guys might show up. You never know.
Yeah.
But we will see what happens on that one. Some contract news coming out of AEW. It appears that the Lucha Brothers, Ricky Starks and Daniel Garcia's contracts are coming up soon. And all four of them are actually garnered some pretty big interest from WWE. And I'm sure that's on recommendation from a certain WWE champion, specifically with Ricky Starks, who's been backstage quite a bit for WWE for some of Cody's bigger matches. So, kind of excited for that one. So.
Yeah. Lucha Brothers, like, if they do go to WWE, they got to do something with them. It's
Absolutely.
like them, Andrade, they got like a lot of good people that don't give enough.
They just don't put them with the LWO or Legado. Have them be separate.
Yeah.
Just let them be a tag team. Like let them rip up the tag division. Like, you need some good matches we can get out of the Lucha Brothers and the Street Profits. DIY. I'm trying to think of who's on Raw. Like
Dominic Mysterio.
On Raw. Finn and JD be a good matchup for them. There's a lot of good matches out there for the Lucha Brothers, and I think Ricky Starks will do well wherever you put him. Daniel Garcia, as long as he's not doing the dancing thing, I think he'll be able to. I think he'll be fine. Because he starts.
Yeah, Ricky Starks.
Maybe.
Ricky Starks definitely has to go to NXT. Yeah.
But we'll see where they end up. Some more contract news here is for LA Knight agreeing to a new restructured contract. And
or they can bring him in as the head of the table. Fake Rock.
He's the mid to final boss.
Yeah.
Mid-level boss. But LA Knight agreed to a new restructured contract, kind of like what we talked about with Punk a couple weeks ago, to remain with WWE for a number of years. It wasn't disclosed in the article that I was reading, but it doesn't appear that LA Knight is going anywhere.
Yeah, I hope not.
We'll see where we go from there. All right, let's get into it. SummerSlam. First off, overall, what'd you think of the show?
I loved it.
I enjoyed it.
I wasn't excited about one outcome, but I mean,
yeah, I know.
I was definitely interested because I thought they were teasing something else, so I was interested when it happened, but I definitely was disappointed.
Yeah, I thought they're gonna do. I thought Tiffy was gonna cash in at some point, especially after the match. Well, I'm kind of surprised it didn't happen. But I enjoyed the pay-per-view as well. I thought it was great. Even Meltzer kind of gave it a backhanded compliment, even though he said every match was predictable. And all that other stuff.
I don't think it was.
On the outcomes, like looking at the results for our picks, you got 4 out of 7. Garrett and I got 6 out of 7. The only one that Garrett and I missed was the women's championship match.
Maybe it was predictable. I don't know.
But I mean, it wasn't predictable in a bad way, because like the stuff that you wanted to happen happened pretty much. With the exception of Nia beating Bayley. But everything else pretty much happened. Although I will say that we did call the Drew McIntyre CM Punk match like almost spot for spot for the finish of that. We kind of knew that was going to happen. I knew Drew was going to go over that one, but pretty much everything else is the way we were hoping it was going to go. So we can kick it off here. They kick off the show with Bailey. It was Bailey and Nia, right?
Was that the beginning?
No, that wasn't the first one. It was fuck.
It was Intercontinental title, wasn't it? I know.
No, I'm pulling up the results now.
Hold on. We fucking watched this, dude. Oh, it was Liv Morgan and Nia Jax, right?
Liv and Rhea. Yep.
I mean, Nia Jax. I said Nia Jax.
Liv Morgan and Rhea.
They had a totally different match.
We all picked Liv to win this one. I believe if I remember correctly, we were all on the same page with basically well, I think you said Finn was going to get involved in screw.
Yeah, I said Finn was going to get involved in screw Liv. Yeah.
And I think Garrett and I both agreed that Dom was going to be the one to screw Rhea out of the title, which is what happened. I mean, it wasn't like even predicting that was going to happen and still watching the match unfold and the story that they told in the ring and then going into Monday night. I'm not mad that I was able to predict that or see that coming because the way that they executed it was fantastic.
Not everybody seen it coming. Like we're coming at it from like seasoned fans. Like my I feel bad for putting her on blast. My sister sent me a video of my niece, and my niece was crying because she was mad that fucking Dom turned on Rhea Ripley. And
that's great. Like even like Zatanna was watching the pay-per-view with me too, and she was watching it, and she's like, "What just happened? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What happened?" And she doesn't like follow as closely. Like she'll watch some stuff if it's on, but she doesn't really follow like that. And that's when you look at it through the eyes of someone that's not just getting into it and not as like you said, seasoned fans or smart marks. It's definitely something that's going to catch you off guard. Like, because you're thinking, oh, they're not going to do this because they made up, everything's good. And then, boom. But it was great. The storytelling was great. The storyline was awesome going into that. And then we get going through that, went to Raw with like the complete demise of the Judgment Day, pretty much, especially after the Priest and Gunther match.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting the Judgment Day to turn on Priest after Dom turned on Rhea like that.
Yep. And there were like slight nods to that, the possibility of that happening. You could see kind of like the jealousy with Finn through a lot of the stuff with Priest and everything. And then when it finally came to a head and it happened, it's like, oh shit. No. So we go into this with Priest trying to get his hands on Finn and everything, and it's gonna be a great story leading up to whenever they have their match. I don't know if they're doing it in Bash in Berlin or what the deal is with that one. I haven't seen anything announced for that yet.
I think it would have to be, right.
Oh, you would almost think that, so. Unless we get some kind of mixed tag with Priest and Rhea versus Finn and Liv.
Yeah.
All right, so we go from Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley into the Intercontinental Championship match. Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn. This was a great match.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. Loved it.
Yeah.
We all pretty much picked Braun to win this one. It kind of seemed like he would almost have to after falling up short numerous times and the way they've been making him out to be like this dominant badass. So, but it's cool to see him win the IC title and see where we go from there. And then the reaction that people were posting from Rick and Scott Steiner and DDP after Braun had won the match was just awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of cool cool stuff there. So that was a great match. Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
Another good
Solid.
match.
I don't know why MGK was there. Really didn't seem like he needed to be there, aside from to give Logan Paul brass knuckles for whatever reason. Just stupid.
This Logan Paul had, like at the pay-per-views, he has like some kind of celebrity,
Yeah,
like in his corner. I think that's what. And then like, he has like heat. You know what I mean? Like he already has heat, so you don't have to.
yeah.
You know, and it's fine with the heat.
Gave himself a bit more heat coming into the pay-per-view with his remarks about the women's boxing matches at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so he definitely had a lot of heat, and he's like one of those people that can take the heat too. So it's like not that big of a deal. But yeah, he had the Cleveland Brown white tights.
Yep.
Even though he's from Ohio, everybody put the hell out of him.
Yep. So I think the right person won. LA Knight definitely deserved to win that title. I'm excited to see where we go from here with him, and actually see some more title defenses instead of maybe 2 or 3 during his entire run. Well,
yeah. I mean, to be fair, like Logan delivered when it in all his matches.
Absolutely.
And to be fair, if he did that like every week, like he'd probably be definitely injured.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying like that's what they wanted him to do. And I'm saying, I agree that he delivered with every single match from that first one all the way up until SummerSlam. Like Logan will go in there and put out almost a damn near 5-star match with whoever he was in the ring with.
Yeah.
And the moonsault he did was freaking amazing. So
yeah. I mean, to be fair, he was in there with like really like every match he had was with a really good superstar too. So I mean, there is that to take into consideration. But to me, he's a better wrestler than Roman Reigns.
That is true. Oh, kind of. All right. Your least favorite match of the night: Bayley versus Nia Jax. Who said? Did you say Nia looked like a baked potato?
Yeah, I feel like a baked potato. Anyway, it's actually a pretty good match for a Nia Jax match.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like overbotched or and you didn't think Bayley would get hurt at all. So I can say for a Nia Jax match, it was decent.
This is the first time Nia's beaten Bayley.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Nia has not beaten Bayley.
Have they wrestled at all?
Yes, I think this was the third time that they've wrestled. And Bayley had beaten her both times. And both were title matches. Either Bayley winning the title or retaining the title.
Yeah.
And then this was the first time Nia was able to beat Bayley and win the championship.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of her work. But she has fans, and what can he do?
I think for a bigger wrestler, like of her size, especially being like one of the bigger women, she definitely moves better than some other ones. I'm just throw this out there, Bertha Faye. I mean,
yeah, but like you have like Awesome Kong, you have like all kind of fucking shit. What's her name? What is her? Piper Nivens. I was trying to figure out what did they change her name to. Piper Nivens.
Doudrop.
Doudrop. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's Piper
like.
Niven. Oh, yeah. I know. Like you have other wrestlers that can do like more, but it kind of makes you wonder if that's like what they specifically want her to do, is to be like the lumbering giant type of thing.
Yeah.
I guess it all depends on what they want her to do in the ring.
It is her moveset though, is not.
Yeah. Because if you look, it's the same with like, if you look at Hogan and you look at his stuff in New Japan, like dude was thrown on figure fours and like all this other stuff, leapfrogs, everything, drop kicks. And you look at him in WWF, and it's pretty much, punches, body slams, leg drop, big boot, an occasional suplex. So, and that's what they wanted him to do. They didn't want him to do, as much as he normally did, or as much as he was doing work-wise. Like I said, that just boils down to that. I don't know. Either that or she really can't do that much. I don't know. It could be both. But
I don't know. It's to me, she's like Giant Khali. She's only like in it because of her size. Like if you showed me like a video and she's like wrestling really good, because like at least Hogan had the New Japan stuff.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen anything from Nia Jax where like, oh, she put on a clinic,
Yeah, that's true. All right. So Nia, of course, wins that one. We were all anticipating a Tiffy cash in, but that did not happen. Then we
with a distraction now.
Yeah, with the distraction. We did go from that to CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, my most anticipated match in the pay-per-view. I don't know what I can say. This match delivered on pretty much everything,
it did.
At least for me.
It did.
No. Down to the ring gear and everything. If you look at Punk broke out the Bret Hart tights. Drew's ring gear was highly inspired by The Undertaker. And of course you had Seth with a more bedazzled look. It was pretty much their looks were pretty comparable to Bret Hart versus Undertaker with Michaels as a special guest referee.
Yeah.
It was
a great match. I enjoyed it. Even though I kind of knew like what was going to kind of happen. Like I didn't think there actually was going to be a winner though. But then it's like, okay, I could see Drew picking up some win.
No, I just loved like Rollins as a referee, just letting them pretty much do whatever. And you see Punk like slamming Drew's head into the steps, and he looks up at Rollins. He's like, "Is this legal?" And Rollins is like, "Yeah, go for it." And then like Drew starts doing shit to Punk that should be getting disqualified for, and so it's like, "Oh, my shoe's untied. Just go tie my shoe real quick."
Yeah, it was good.
The one thing I do like, I like the ref cam. I thought that was.
I did like that.
It was something different. The couple matches that they used it in, they did show a lot of the footage online through WWE's social media outlets with the ref cam from the Punk and McIntyre match. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Yeah, so McIntyre gets the win after Seth gets knocked out, takes a GTS from Punk for putting on the bracelet. McIntyre hits a low blow. And picks up the pinfall on that one. Then we move into the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest defending against Gunther. If you were expecting something technical from this one, got a little bit of that, but it was more of a brawl between these two. Really great hard-hitting match between both of these guys. Bleeding chest by the end of the match from all those damn chops. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
And this we kind of talked about earlier with Balor getting involved and basically all that jealousy of Priest becoming World Heavyweight Champion, winning the title and all that. It finally came to a head with Finn costing Priest that match and the title to Gunther.
Yeah.
Which I'm I don't know. Like I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to see where the storyline's going to go between Finn and
for sure.
Like the whole Judgment Day thing. because it's been like one of the main stories on Raw for so long, kind of like the Bloodline on SmackDown, and then all of a sudden, like
you're still interested.
Explodes, and then we
But
show up on.
You're still interested though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's like it's been a long ass story, but like I've been interested the whole time.
Yep. And that's the other thing. Like people complain, the Bloodline story has gone on too long, blah blah blah. They just need to end it. But you're still talking about it, regardless if it's going on too long or not. You're still talking about it. You're still watching to see what's going to happen. And it's the same thing with the Judgment Day stuff. It's like, all right, so what are they doing? Like, we know something's going to happen. Now, where are we going with it? And that's the great thing with WWE is storylines and the emotion that's getting involved in those characters from the viewers. I'm like WWE where you can't really get invested in anybody emotionally. Oh man! All right, so we go from that to the main event, which I'm kind of surprised they did both title matches back to back. I thought they would have spaced them out there a little bit.
Yeah, I thought they put the Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, like at least like in the middle, like in between those two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining. Like they delivered for their spot on the card. You know?
They absolutely did. Yeah. All right. So we got the WWE Undisputed Championship. Cody Rhodes defending against Solo Sikoa. This match was good. I didn't think it was as good as Priest and Gunther, but for what they were trying to do, they definitely delivered on it.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably one of Solo's like better matches in a while.
Yeah.
Where they didn't make him look like a total ass the whole time.
Nope. And that's the fact that they kept Cody kept kicking out of stuff after taking like multiple Samoan drops, Samoan spikes, spears, getting taken out by pretty much every member of the Bloodline until Orton and KO came out, chased out Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu injuring his foot. So just a whole lot of stuff going on in this matchup. But the biggest thing to come out of this was the return of Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
The original tribal chief coming out and spearing Solo and hitting him with a Superman punch and letting Cody pick up the win.
But he didn't acknowledge Cody and he didn't acknowledge Jacob. So like there's still stuff there too. That's why I'm saying like they've been able to keep everything so dynamic. In multiple layers on stores.
They were kind of like Cody and him kind of had a stare down when Roman was leaving, and Roman kind of nodded at him.
But he didn't like hug him. He didn't hug him or nothing, and he didn't hit him either. So it's like you don't.
Yeah, he didn't. Nothing at all between that. Just like that, just that nod and like,
But if you ask me
type thing.
If you ask me like what I think the storyline might be, is I think what you'll do is you'll have Roman versus Cody, one of the next pay-per-views, and have Solo cost them the belt, and then that's what you can lead into Survivor Series with is like Solo and Roman's teams for Survivor Series, and then the winner of that gets to verse Cody at Rumble for the title. You have Roman Reigns pick it up, and then have him pick up the win on Cody at Rumble.
Yeah.
But it have it interference, and like you wonder like why Solo interfered on behalf of Roman Reigns, and then it'd be like orders from The Rock, and then you have Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and you don't have to worry about the Cody situation because he won't be in the Rumble because he'll lose it at the Rumble.
That is true. But they did announce tonight on SmackDown that Kevin Owens will be taking on Cody at Bash in Berlin for the title.
Kevin Owens?
Kevin Owens.
Oh, well, never mind. That's just my idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so they announced that. KO was very reluctant. He didn't want the match. Cody's like, well, you deserve it. Kevin, it's like, I didn't do anything. Like, look at my win-loss record for the last year. He's like, I didn't do anything to earn this title match.
Do we get Randy Orton no turn here?
No. All this kind of goaded him into it. He's like, oh, I'm just waiting for Roman to get here then. If you don't want it, then I'll talk to him. And Orton's like, Roman doesn't deserve it. Or KO's like, Roman doesn't deserve it. He's like, what has he done?
Yeah.
Like, where's he been? What, the rematch clause that hasn't been enforced in 5 years? No.
Yeah.
He's like, he doesn't deserve it. He's like, you want to see who deserves it? Go to the locker room. And just look in there. And all this is like, I don't need to go to the locker room. He's like, because I see someone right in front of me. And
yeah.
Kevin's like, fine. He's like, I guess I'll see you in Berlin. So we're getting that. I'm not mad at that. I love to see KO and Cody. It'd be a great match.
So did Jacob get injured?
Yep, Jacob did get injured. A couple fans ran into him after the show at a convenience store or something, and he had a boot on his foot.
Okay, because I see he's not on there, and they have the titles on the other two.
Yeah. Which we got the Bloodline hitting the ring now. So Roman's supposed to be here tonight. So we'll see what happens with that. Well, that's going on. Like I said, picks. Garrett and I both got 6. Carl got 4. On the 7 on that one. Let's kick it over to some Monday Night Raw. We'll kick off the show with Gunther talking about his title win. Get that amazing introduction by Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah.
And then coming face to face with Orton. Orton talks about what happened at the King of the Ring and how Gunther won that match, and says that he was told, Triple H said, there will be a Orton versus Gunther too someday, and Randy Orton collected on that, and we'll be taking on Gunther at Bash in Berlin for the World Heavyweight Championship.
That'd be good.
So that's gonna be a great match between the two of them, as was their King of the Ring matchup. Damian Priest hits the ring, calls out Finn Balor. Finn's not coming out. Finn says JD will wrestle him tonight, so we get into all that. We get Priest versus JD, and then we get introduced to the new Judgment Day, which is Finn, JD, Carlito, Dom, and Liv. So we have the new Judgment Day, where the two OG members are on their own. But Priest gets beat down during the match for the JD. Then Rhea comes out and chases off Liv, and Dom gets her hands on Liv for a couple seconds there. Is about ready to put her through the table, and Dom is able to pull her off and get her out of Rhea's way.
Yep.
And then JD gets a South from Heaven for his trouble. When the Terror Twins stand victorious in the middle of the ring. So we had all that. And then we had something awesome with a Raw roster member that you're not too fond of, Bronson Reed. Absolutely destroys Seth Rollins. What I thought was probably one of the greatest things that they've done with Bronson Reed since he's been back. 7 tsunamis.
Yeah, I don't know.
So. I don't know. You're not a fan of the monsters, of the big bad Bronson.
If I don't know. It's one of those things where if he went away and then came back, I might appreciate him more. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know. They try to push him several times now, and he just don't have the charisma for it.
I think it might work with Seth this time. I think they might have something here with the two of them. So, but I don't think he needs a mouthpiece, is what it is. Like, he's not that great on the mic. His in-ring skills are pretty good, but like he needs someone to do the speaking for him. And this is one of the fatal flaws of WWE. Like I've said numerous times in the past, go back and check out the archives. They don't utilize the managers as much as they should anymore. Like with the exception of maybe like Paul Heyman. Because if you look at with the Street Profits don't need a manager. They really don't. Montez is gold on the mic. Dawkins can carry his own. B-Fab doesn't need to be with the Street Profits. Like, why is she with the Profits? It doesn't make any sense because she's not doing anything to put them over.
Yeah.
And then you have someone like Paul Heyman that you put him with Brock Lesnar, you put him with Roman Reigns, those guys that don't really have, the great mic skills, and it helps them get over. And it got them over with Heyman doing the mic work. And that's, I think, something that Bronson Reed would need and benefit from. Because he's got, like I said, in my opinion, he's got the in-ring ability. He just needs someone to do more of the speaking for him.
Yeah.
Or he needs to get better on the mic. One of the two. Because even, like, for example, Solo Sikoa wasn't the greatest on the mic, but since he's kind of stepped into this, new head of the table role, his mic skills have gotten better. They're not the best, but they've gotten a lot better than what he used to be. And I think a lot of that is working with Heyman. But we'll kick it over to the highlight of Monday Night Raw. The Wyatt Six make their in-ring debut against Chad Gable and the Creeds, now known as American Made. Not a big fan of the name. It makes me think of Hogan's WCW theme music. But the Wyatts were awesome. I'm not gonna lie. When they first started making their entrance, and I saw the chair, the rocking chair with the lantern in it, I started tearing up a little bit. Like, I thought that was awesome. A nice touch to that. Oh, and then the Rowan doing the reference to Luke Harper with the yeah. Like that hit me too. So it was just, just the overall between that match, a lot of great moments in there and a lot of great tributes to their fallen brethren.
Yeah.
But it was a great match. Either way.
It was. Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen it on the SummerSlam pay-per-view instead of on Raw, but
they had so much going on SummerSlam. I liked it oversaturated.
I feel like they could have bumped something to put that on there, but it's all good. So turned out good anyway. It was a great match to end Raw, and a great moment for Raw with the Wyatts in the ring as the show ended. So I can't really complain too much about that.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff there. Looking forward to what else they do with the Wyatts going forward. NXT this week, we saw the return of MSK, Wesley and Wentz tagging together, but didn't last very long as Wesley turned on Wentz and Miguel, super kicking both of them, taking them both out. And then yelling at him that they left him alone. So interested to see where this is going to go with West and his former Rascals running mates. And Joe Hendry continues his feud with Gallus as he took on Mark Coffey. And then going into TNA this week, he took on Wolfgang from Gallus. There's a lot of good stuff there. AEW this week, there really wasn't anything too great to watch in AEW. The main event was probably really the only thing that kept my interest was Jeff Jarrett and Bryan Danielson, which was a hell of a matchup between the two of them.
Was it good?
It was.
I didn't see it.
No, it was good. It was basically like Jarrett's like, yo, you need to expect, the unexpected from Swerve. You need to keep your head on a swivel, like all this other stuff. Jarrett literally jumped Danielson during his entrance and beat him down with a guitar before the match even started, and then threw him in the ring and beat him down some more. But ultimately, Danielson ended up getting the win. So capitalizing on that momentum going into All In this title match against Swerve in a couple weeks. So. Awesome stuff there. SmackDown right now, we've got Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns going at it after Roman took out Tama Tonga on Tonga Loa. Just super punched Solo, setting him up for the spear. The whole crowd is going nuts. And Tonga Loa just saved.
What is OTC? Original
Original Tribal Chief.
He's not the original, but he's like 4th generation.
Damn right, Roman. That's yours, not Solo's. Oh, Tama Tonga from behind. God.
You're a little ahead of me.
Okay.
He's just now picking up the beat his ass. Beat his ass.
God with the beat down, man.
Yeah, I like this because they made them look weak like all the time. It's like, dude, they can't have them like get their ass kicked by one guy all the time.
Yeah. Who's he spear? Tama Tonga.
Oh, damn it!
Oh, Tonga Loa.
Weak ass Superman punches, dude.
Yeah.
I hope Jacob Fatu just pops up. Like, bam. To the table.
With his boots.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna hit the drive-by on Tama Tonga. Something or massive spear looks like. Boom through the guardrail.
If you smell what the that crowd good now.
So the last few minutes of the show is just gonna be Roman beating down Bloodline members.
Everybody.
Here we go.
Yeah. That's the only thing I don't like about like this part of it. It's like you make them look so weak. Like, see, if I was writing it, it'd be like, have shit happen, have Roman get down, maybe Jimmy save him or something.
Yeah.
I said that him like,
that crowd would have popped huge if Jimmy came out too. All right, that's it for SmackDown.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff there. All right, let's get into. Where's my music? There's my music. No holds barred. All right. One thing here, real quick, before we get anything into major stuff. Universal Studios for their Halloween Horror Nights this year is going to do a Lucha Libre and Latino Legends, like ghost stories type house this year at Universal Studios Hollywood and Orlando. So this one, so they have a it's called Monstrous, the Monsters of Latin America,
Okay,
which looks pretty cool.
I could dig that.
I'd love to do that. So some of the other houses they've got this year too. They've got Universal Monsters returning. This one called Eternal Bloodlines. House based off of the Insidious franchise. Ghostbusters house. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Nice. I might have to figure that one out. Quiet Place. Triplets of Terror. This one is encounter 3 interconnected tales of horror that will leave you breathless. The Museum, Deadly Exhibits. Jesus. Navigate through the museum where the exhibits come to life with deadly intent. So it's like a killer version of Night at the Museum. Major Sweets Candy Factory. Discover sinister secrets of a candy factory where treats turn into nightmares. Goblin's Feast, sorry. Step into a banquet of horrors where goblins feast on more than just food. Slaughter of Cinema 2, the return to the Grindhouse with a new collection of B horror movies. So they have scare zones. So in addition to the haunted houses, guests can explore various scare zones, including the high-energy Luchadores Monstruosos, where luchadors battle against masked monsters. That sounds awesome. That is really cool. That's cool stuff. When we got married, we did our honeymoon in Orlando and went to Halloween Horror Nights 15 years ago. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see if there's anything. I don't think I really have anything else. I was just something just kind of popped up before we started recording. It's like, ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The new Ninja Turtle series finally premiered on Paramount Plus, based off the Mutant Mayhem movie. Deadpool and Wolverine finally overtook The Passion of the Christ for the biggest box office opening weekend for an R-rated movie. Take that, Jesus. Like all the stuff we got for that. You got anything?
Everybody kind of playing this weekend. I'm going to a game Sunday, the Colts and the Broncos. Excited tomorrow night. Titans, they kick off their preseason with the 49ers. We're going to play some of our starters, or most of our starters anyways. So interested to see what we look like with a new coach and everything. So we got that. Olympics, NBA, the men's USA team almost lost yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. They ended up coming back and winning, but it was probably like one of the closer games I've seen in a while for the U.S. basketball team.
I haven't really been following too much of the Olympic stuff.
Yeah.
Aside from seeing like well, they have breakdancing as an Olympic sport?
Yeah, my wife was telling me that. I didn't know that was an Olympic sport. She said the American didn't look that good. She's like, they should have went to a cooler place. And yeah, that's fine. It was breakdance.
Breaking debut at 2024 Olympics. Japan's B-girl Ami wins first gold medal for breaking.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, actually. Both American B-girls eliminated in the first round. Wow. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Well, it takes a lot. Like, people don't really understand, like, breakdancing takes a lot of physical strength, cardio. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And Snoop Dogg danced at the beginning.
That's pretty cool.
Snoop Dogg is everywhere for the Olympics.
Yeah, he has been.
That's awesome. I vote for Snoop Dogg to be like the U.S. ambassador for everything.
Hell, that's right. Everybody write him in as president.
Damn straight. Everybody vote for Snoop. He was born in the country. Apparently felons can run for president too. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm voting for Snoop. I'm writing in Snoop Dogg. I don't care. Oh, awesome stuff. Oh, shit.
Yeah. I haven't even see like a lot of TV or anything since I've been up here. So I don't really have.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot. That's pretty much it. There hasn't been really any new announcements for WrestleCade. Nothing like that going on. Biggest thing coming up is probably Triangle TerraCon, of course, coming up at the end of October. Mad Monster Party is hitting next week, I think, or is it the week after? The 23rd through the 25th. The Hardys will be in attendance for that, along with Rebby and Gothic Baby will be there. Definitely check that out. Figure out what else they got. They got like a crap ton of people showing up for this thing.
Yeah.
Well, not like a crap ton, but scroll, damn it. They got the twins from The Shining, Michael Chiklis, Chris Durand, who was in Halloween H2O and Scream 2, Sky Elabar from the Greasy Strangler, Glenn Ennis from Freddy vs. Jason, Deadpool and the Justice League, Walton Coggins, who's in the Fallout as the Ghoul, Righteous Gemstones, of course, who's in the Shield, House of 1,000 Corpses, the Hardys, Rebby and Gothic Baby, Laurie Holden, who is on The Walking Dead and the Shield and the Boys. It's pretty much like a damn Shield reunion. Bill Johnson from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. He was Leatherface in that. Kenny Johnson from the Shield, Blade, Bates Motel. Juliette Lewis, Natural Born Killers from Dusk Till Dawn. Jerry the King Lawler will be in attendance.
Yeah, I saw that.
Kostas Mandalore from Saw 5. Saw 4? Yeah, Saw 4 through 10. Tyler Mane, of course, from Halloween and Deadpool, Wolverine, the X-Men movies. James Marsters from Buffy. Damian Maffei from The Strangers. Ed Neal, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Nivek Ogre from Repo the Genetic Opera. Nick Osborne and Victoria Price. Shawnee Smith, who was in the Blob and Becker and Saw. David Reese Snell from The Shield. Anthony Starr from The Boys. Jesus. A big ass Shield reunion, I'll tell you. Michael St. Michael's from the Greasy Strangler, and Katrina Weidman from Portals to Hell. And
Cool.
State. So cool stuff there. And they're doing some like events, like panels with like Jack Osborne and Katrina Weidman about ghost hunting and a few different things. So
That should be pretty cool.
it's been a pretty solid time. So. And that's pretty much it. I did not pick out an elite figure for this week, so we're going to skip that. Dealing with some other crap, personal stuff. But let's get over to here we go. Where we go? That one here. And let's get to next. Local talent. Local talent, of course, is brought to you by our WrestleGeddon store at redbubble.com/people/WrestleGeddonPod. Go ahead and check it out. Get yourself some shirts, hats, stickers, all that fun stuff. redbubble.com/people/WrestleGeddonPod. Of course, local talent is part of the show where we bring you some local indie shows that are going on across the state of North Carolina. We got a few added to the mix here for this week. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. All right, so we got coming up. This is happening tomorrow. These three. You've got the WCEW Championship Tournament tomorrow, August 10th, 10 o'clock, or not 10 o'clock, 6:30 p.m. doors open. That's at the Falling Creek Rec Center in Rockingham, North Carolina. You've got Fight for Glory happening in Selma, North Carolina. Bell time on that is 7 p.m. Doors open at 6. Then you've got MLW's Brawl in the Hall. Or not MLW. Jesus, I saw the MLW logo. Foothills Wrestling Alliance. Brawl in the Hall. This one, the main event, is a bring your own weapons match. Front row tickets are sold out for that one, which I can't imagine why. It's probably the best place to hand a wrestler your weapon. All these shows are on about $10 to $15 too, so really good pricing on these. Great price to watch them wrestling. Also happening August 10th, AIWF. Doing their network taping, Mount Airy, North Carolina, at the Veterans Park. Some good stuff going on there. August 11th, Sunday, you've got Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man's 82nd birthday bash, hosted by RWA Wrestling, and that'll be in High Point, North Carolina, at the Southside Recreation Center. And then happening August 17th, the Capone Memorial Tournament taking place at the Carolina Beer Temple in Matthews, North Carolina. Maximum Effort, that's also happening on the 17th in Denver, North Carolina at the Cross Country Fairgrounds. A lot of good options there across the state. Sunday, August 18th, you've got Icon Pro Wrestling's 3rd anniversary show in Burlington, North Carolina. And then AML Wrestling, Talk is Cheap, August 25th, featuring Nick Nemeth, Jerry the King Lawler, Enzo, Brock Anderson, CW Anderson, Bully Ray. Lots of good stuff going on there.
That one might be worth going to.
I think so. That's in Salisbury. It's not too far away. Not too far away to meet the King and Bully Ray and all them. So.
I've met the King multiple times. I used to have a pic. I don't know where it's at. I used to have a Polaroid of. I think I was holding his crown, and my cousin was holding his belt at one point.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in the state coming up the next couple weeks. Of course, every week we'll add some more as they pop up. Just to keep you all informed of what's going on with the local independent scene. A lot of cool stuff there. I didn't get a chance to go to it, but the When Giants Walked Here documentary at the Rialto, that actually premiered on PBS. What's today? Thursday night. It was Thursday night, 8 o'clock on PBS here in North Carolina. I did not get a chance to watch it yet. I'm going to see if I can track it down and check that out. Basically,
Yeah, I might have to check that out.
Wrestling history here at the Dorton Arena, which everyone likes to bring up the history for the Greensboro Coliseum, but Dorton Arena is not too far behind as far as its footprint in wrestling history. So need to start running more shows there. Like that'd be a perfect place for AEW to run something. Everybody wants to go down the street to the PNC Arena. So, but it is what it is. All right, awesome stuff there. All right, well, that's gonna do it for us then for this week.
Okay.
But just remember, follow us on our social media outlets. WrestleGeddon Pod. You can find pretty much everything there. YouTube.com/forthecollection, where you can watch us live every Friday night at 9 p.m. And Facebook.com/WrestleGeddon Pod with 1D, where you can watch us as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. If you do, we will read it on the air. Good or bad, doesn't matter. You're not going to hurt our feelings. You'll boost our egos a little bit, but you won't hurt at all. So we appreciate it. And once again, thank you to all our Irish listeners out there in Ireland for putting us at number 14 on the wrestling iTunes charts in Ireland. We appreciate it. I'll see if we can do that in other places. But on behalf of myself, Chris the Heat Matthews, and the Tennessee Jesus, Carl Crossland, and Garrett G. Money Munn, who is out doing something, we will chat with you guys next week. Later, Marks.
Okay.
Cool.